Good afternoon and welcome to SkedLIVE. I'm Camyl Buenaventura and here's what's making news now. Prime Minister Justin Trudeau started his final day in Washington, D.C. today by visiting the Canadian Cross of Sacrifice in the Arlington Cemetery this morning. Trudeau laid a wreath on the tomb of the unknown soldier. The Canadian Cross honors those Americans who fought with Canadian forces and sacrificed their lives in World War I, World War II, and the Korean War. Following the Arlington Cemetery, Trudeau spoke with students in the American University. This university is where former President John F. Kennedy delivered his most famous anti-war speech on September 25th on 1961. In the afternoon, the Prime Minister attended a lunch and met with the President of the World Bank. Trudeau and his family fly back to Ottawa tonight. Our leader's trip to the U.S. is the first in 19 years. The bromance was in full bloom last night at the state dinner, where the Prime Minister and his wife were hosted by U.S. President Barack Obama and First Lady Michelle Obama. The state dinner had around 180 guests, with a mixture of family, ministers, senators, congresspeople, White House staff, and various talents. Trudeau brought both his mom, Margaret Trudeau, making it her third state dinner, and his in-laws, Estelle Blais and Jean Gregoire. Abu Hamed, an Islamic State defector, leaked secret registration files of the ISIS militant group to a British journalist. These registration files reveal personal details and names of more than 22,000 supporters of the militant group. From the leaked files, sources obtained what appeared to be the ISIS job applications of 6 foreign fighters from Canada. We have a video showing a portion of Hamed's interview with British journalist Stuart Ramsey talking about the radical group in general.
أنا بدي أطلب من الناس اللي جوا منضمة على التنظيم، تنظيم كذب يدعي الإسلام، ما فيه شيء بيطابق لشرع الإسلام أبدا أبدا، بعيد عن الإسلام.
Is this information so important that it could actually destroy Daesh?
إن شاء الله إذا وقعت بإيد أشخاص عرفوا يستخدموه أكيد.
And if you were to tell someone how to use it, what would you tell them?
هي معلومات استخباراتية أكيد، الاستخباراتية اللي راح تشتغل عنا. يعني بنصح إنه تتسلم لناس عم تشتغل ضد داعش. الناس اللي فعلا مستنية شيء لتشتغل ضد داعش، مو تتسلم لناس مشان تبيعها وتشتريها وترجع ترجعها على التنظيم.
22-year-old Farah Sheridan is one of the 6 applicants. Bulgarian Sheridan entered Syria just a few weeks before ISIS recorded his threats against Canada and the United States. The RCMP announced last September that Sheridan was being charged in absentia under the criminal code related to his alleged support of ISIS. 4 men from Edmonton, all related to Sheridan, are also named in the documents. Canada Blooms opens today at the X and will be open until March 20. It is the largest garden and flower exhibition in North America. Staying on the topic of spring, let's go to Kirsten to see how the weather's like this weekend.
Thanks, Camille. This weekend gives us a taste of summer with the sun shining and a high of 15 degrees on Saturday. But it's not flip-flop weather yet, as temperatures drop to 6 degrees on Sunday. Sunday brings the rain, and that rain will continue through Monday, Tuesday, and Wednesday as we reach highs of 11 and lows of 6 and 4 degrees. As for more current weather, let's check in with Jordan.
Hi, I'm Jordan Muir, and I'm here on the waterfront. It's looking more like spring every single day. As far as today's weather is concerned, it's going to be a high of 3 degrees, overcast with partial sunny breaks. However, tomorrow will be a high of 16 degrees and be sunny all day long. This has been Jordan Muir for skedline.com, and back to Camille in the studio.
Thanks, Jordan. The former First Lady, Nancy Reagan, was buried at the Ronald Reagan Presidential Library in Simi Valley next to her husband this morning. The funeral was led by Reverend Stuart A. Kenworthy of Washington National Cathedral. First Lady Michelle Obama attended along with former First Lady and Democratic presidential candidate Hillary Clinton. Former Canadian Prime Minister Brian Mulroney and Mr. T, Larry King, Arnold Schwarzenegger, Newt Gingrich, and former Californian Governor Pete Wilson were also there to pay tribute to Reagan, who was remembered for her elegance and her poise. Reagan died last Sunday. She was 90 years old. Ben Carson has thrown his support behind Republican presidential nominee Donald Trump, saying Trump is the voice of the people. This comes a day after the Republican presidential debate was held in Miami, Florida. Highlights of the debate include Marco Rubio hitting Trump on Social Security. Both Rubio and Ted Cruz took on Trump for being insufficiently supportive of Israel. Media reports say Rubio showed a surprising understanding of domestic and foreign policies. Now turning to our own elections, let's head over to Rachel Clemens for more on the HSF vote.
It's election week here at Humber College, and today is the final day to vote. HSF is the official student government on campus, which advocates on behalf of over 30,000 full-time students. Positions that are going to be filled include president, the board of directors, vice president of student affairs, and vice president of student life. Today we spoke to some of the candidates to get their last-minute thoughts on their election campaigns.
So my position as board of directors, mainly with helping with the decision-making process with HSF, as well as a bit of advocacy, student advocacy. So my platform emphasizes diversity through inclusivity. So my hope is to make any decision, like any process with the HSF, reflect the Humber's diversity and not just the majority of Humber.
So last year, my focus was on helping students in need. That's why I established 2 programs. So this year, I have so many, so many ideas what I want to change. I want to focus on student success, students' future. My slogan is "Your dreams are my goals." What it means is, so everyone wants to be successful. In my opinion, to be able to be successful, you need to do 2 things. First is take care of yourself. That's why I would like to create mental health activity room. The other key to success is to develop soft skills. I really would like to focus on soft skills and see bring some professionals who actually are expert at this field.
So if I'm elected for board directors here at Lakeshore, I promise that I will go above and beyond to make sure I talk to all students, both part and full-time, to understand their needs and listen to any ideas on how I can help represent them and help make Humber a better place, because I represent all students, part-time, full, undergrad, and postgrad. I feel that I'm able to analyze problems very fast, and I understand all the factors that go into making a good decision.
So my platform is to make HSF better than what it was the previous year. I want to take it to the next level. I find that last year wasn't as good as it was supposed to be. So I feel that by getting this position, I can make it better than what it was the previous year and also make it better than what people expect this year. My enthusiasm and my great ideas, to be honest. I feel that I'm well qualified for the job because of my experience as an individual. I feel that because of the attributes I have and what I have to offer, I can really bring HSF to where I visualize it to be.
Voting will take place today at all campuses until 4 p.m., so don't forget to cast your last-minute votes. The winners will be announced tonight at 7 p.m. I'm Rachel Clemens, SkedLine.com.
Thanks, Rachel. A UN report describes children and the disabled being buried alive and women being raped by fighters in the South Sudan. UN Human Rights Chief Zeid Ra'ad Al Hussein says the area is facing one of the most horrendous human rights situations in the world. Al Hussein says the crisis has been overlooked by the international community. His office says attacks against civilians, forced disappearances, rape, and other violations could amount to war crimes and crimes against humanity. In addition, Amnesty International is reporting the South Sudanese government of war crimes after troops suffocated 60 boys and men in a cargo container at a Catholic church. They then dumped their bodies in an open field. Japan marks the 5th anniversary of the Fukushima nuclear disaster today. This earthquake caused a tsunami hitting the nuclear power in Fukushima and led to meltdowns in 3 of its reactors. Emperor Akihito, Empress Michiko, Prime Minister Shinzo Abe, and other participants attended a national ceremony in Tokyo and bowed their heads this afternoon at 2:46 p.m. The exact moment on March 11, 2011, the magnitude of a 9.0 quake struck. The Toronto District School Board expects to have 3,500 fewer students next year, adding on to the 2,500 students they lost this year. This hit was due to children being pulled from schools by upset parents with a new curriculum that included new courses on sex ed. The TDSB says it will have to cut 100 positions and make other staff reductions to deal with enrollment. School Board Chair Robin Pilkey also says the sex ed curriculum is a big part of the enrollment drop. The new sex ed curriculum include various stages about consent, masturbation, gender expression, and the correct names for body parts. It is the first time the sex education curriculum has been updated since 1998. The changes have sparked a backlash from some parents who believe it goes too far. 60-year-old Ellis Kirkland is charged after a man was stabbed in a Rosedale apartment yesterday. A 67-year-old victim was a concierge in an apartment building. He was found with life-threatening injuries from multiple stab wounds. Kirkland is an architect. She is charged with attempt murder, aggravated assault, assault with a weapon, and weapons dangerous to the public peace. Kirkland appeared in court today. Let's go to Jordan Muir, who's going to tell us how we're going to lose sleep this weekend.
March 13th and November 5th. These are the days in which daylight saving time starts and ends. This Sunday, we spring forward an hour. We're here on Humber's Lakeshore campus talking to students to see how they're going to cope with their new schedule.
For the most part, in the past, I haven't noticed a difference. Being on the weekend, typically we're able to sleep in anyway. So if it affects me, I'd notice it in the morning. So I'd probably just sleep in a bit. Otherwise, I've never had any problems noticing the difference.
Yeah, I feel it'll affect me a bit, but with the coffee, I actually like it. You get more daylight. It doesn't become night as fast. The sun's longer, so I like it more. I mean, summer's also coming, right? So.
I do think it's necessary. It's nice to have more sunlight, especially in the winter. I find it's hard when it gets dark so early. It's just more depressing, and it's not as nice in the summer when you have more sunlight to be outside and enjoy the environment.
Yeah, one set time across the year would be great, because in the fall, as soon as summer ends, right, it sucks because it's getting darker faster, right? So it's kind of more depressing. I know it's 5 o'clock, 4 o'clock, it's already dark, right? If it could be light until like 7 all the time, it'd be awesome.
With people having mixed opinions about daylight savings time, it seems like the general consensus is that most people don't even know what happens. This has been Jordan Muir for skedline.com.
Thanks, Jordan. Don't forget to set your clocks an hour ahead this Sunday. That's all the news for today. I'm Camyl Buenaventura for SkedLIVE. Thanks for watching.